With interest in climate change growing, nations are scrambling to figure out how to reduce heat-trapping greenhouse gases which may contribute to global warming. The great majority of greenhouse gas emissions worldwide come from fossil fuel combustion. But how can industries reduce fossil fuel consumption while still meeting the demands of growing populations for energy, food, and goods and services, all of which are largely dependent on fossil fuel? In the global context, the U.S. dairy community is a rare and major success story. Thanks to innovations in productivity and efficiency, dairy farmers have greatly increased milk production, all while reducing greenhouse gas emissions. In 1944, there were 25.6 million cows in the U.S. Today, that number stands at about 9.3 million cows. But even with fewer cows, milk production actually increased during the same period by 59%, thanks to on-the-farm advancements in animal comfort and well-being, nutrition, and veterinary care. As a result, the overall carbon footprint of a glass of milk has shrunk by 63% in the past 60 years. Dairy's share of the nation's greenhouse gas emissions remains relatively small, about 2%. However, in 2009, the nation's dairy community, from the farm to the processing plant, set a goal to further reduce greenhouse gas emissions 25% by the year 2020. In December 2009, at the Global Climate Change Summit in Copenhagen, Denmark, dairy leaders entered into a historic agreement with the Obama administration to work together to realize this ambitious goal. Like on the national level, the dairy community's share of greenhouse gas emissions here in California is also relatively small, about 2% of total emissions according to the California Air Resources Board. Yet, despite this small contribution, dairy families are stepping up in big ways to further reduce their carbon footprint. California's dairy community has been a leader in developing new digester technologies that have the dual benefit of reducing greenhouse gas emissions and creating renewable energy. Dairy digesters capture biogas from enclosed dairy manure containment ponds or tanks. Like natural gas, manure biogas can be combusted in engines to generate power or in furnaces, stoves, and boilers to create heat. There are already more than a dozen dairy digester projects in California, and with continued effort and progress, California dairy families can add clean, green, renewable energy to the list of products they produce for our nation. Dairy families are implementing other energy efficiency measures on their farms, such as utilizing GPS-guided tractors and electric irrigation pumps. And some milk hauling trucks, which transport fresh milk from the farm to the processing plant, are swapping gasoline in their tanks for renewable dairy biogas. When it comes to doing their part to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, California dairy families have demonstrated they're committed to doing what's right now and into the future.